10-minute mastery. I figured I needed to get back to the basics for the coming year because so many of us, we lose track, we get off track, we stop doing social media. So here we go. Instagram basics, part one. Instagram basics, part one. So let's hop into Instagram. And I mean, I'm literally going to truly give you the basics. So when you log into Instagram, now I am logged into my own account. And so what do you see? So when you are on Instagram, at the top of the screen, you're going to see, so I'm getting updates from Whole30. Actually, my husband's getting updates. You see your story. You see that I have people that are live that I'm connected to. I can also see that this is my feed, and I can simply just start swiping. When you are looking at the top of your Instagram page, notice there's a ring around my story. That means I have a story. You can also see that there's a drop-down arrow up here at the top. And when you click, I have subscriptions, who am I following, and then any favorites. Now, subscriptions I have turned on because people can invest and pay me. I think it's like $4.99 a month, and I send them just their own content. So clearly Mark is motivated on his Instagram account today. So over to the right, when you see this heart is telling me, so I'm going to click, is I have monetization and shops. So I can have, I have a shop, and it's driven or powered by Facebook. Now, don't get so excited that you're like, oh, I need a shop. No, let's just do the basics. You can see I have people that have mentioned me in their stories. You can see that I have comments that people have commented on back or they've hearted. You can see I have people that have newly followed me. I can easily see people are commenting on some of my posts. And this is a really good way for you to make sure that you are connecting with your audience. Even if you have 10 people, you can connect with your audience here. So we've got priority, we've got what's new, we've got today, yesterday. I have a lot of people that have just followed me. I can also sometimes know, I often will see someone will follow me and then they'll end up in my direct messages because they think that it'll get me to respond. However, I will go look just to make sure that it's not someone that is looking to, hire me as a real estate agent or instructor, hire me as a real estate agent, or just to connect with me. So again, notifications is the heart. So we'll go back, top left. Here, I'll use my mouse. So we'll go back. And then this is my messages. So if I were to click on messages, you will see now, and I've said this before, but this was an update that happened in 2023. You can actually leave a quick comment and people can chat with you. I have my primary connections. I have general, I have channels. I have my own channel. Feel free, follow me on my channel. And then any new requests. So if you are not in my channel, I have a channel called Coffee with Carrie Tips. And then I also follow Ricky Carruth. I have not invested or signed up, but he's just really interesting to watch. Now, if you were to go down to the bottom, so before we even start swiping through my feed, this house is my feed. So this is my feed. This icon here allows me to search, the magnifying glass, and then the plus sign allows me to, I'll click it. I can post a story. I can post a story, I could post a reel, I could post a live, or I could simply go back and make a post. And often when you guys send me messages, I will take a screenshot. Why? Because for some reason under messages, I'll go back to messages, and under primary, they're not always in order. So like if you guys send me a message, I have to screenshot it so I can remember to respond. So again, plus sign gives you the ability to, again, make a post. You can make a reel, you can make a story, or you can go live. Now, if you click on Reels, because this is where the video resides, this is where you're going to actually just see video content on Instagram. There you go. Almost need the Amazon bike. They got an Amazon bike. That feels like my life when you're cleaning. See, I'm easily distracted just like all of you. And here's what I've also noticed is that Instagram will try to motivate me to create reels. Now I'll go back home to make it easy. So I clicked on the house. So again, house, my feed, magnifying glass. We could swipe. I mean, not swipe. We can click the magnifying glass. The magnifying glass will kind of show me content based on what I have looked at. Like I got dogs. I've got people working out. The Stanley Cup has started stalking me. This was a gift. I have not found one in a store yet. And notice it's tiny. That big one is a lot. So this is content based on how I search. So I will often look at food. I will often look at animals. I will often look at workout videos. And note it, and I'll come back to search in a moment, but you also have the ability up here at the top to search. And again, you've got, oh, we're brushing the dog's teeth. See, I'm distracted. Again, the plus sign, stories, I'll go back, or you can make a post, a story, a reel, or a live. And then the icon that looks like a video or a reel, you can watch videos. And if I click on my image, this is where you see my profile. So have you ever seen me create a story, or you've seen me go live and I'll say, go to my profile, and then go to my link tree to do something. This is my profile. Let me give all of you a tip right now. Real estate agent, entrepreneur, take a second and make sure that your profile is updated. So I'm going to click more. Make sure if you are a real estate agent, because like this is what happens is you guys like to DM me. So even the most recent DM that I took a screenshot of, I sent a video back and I asked the question, who do you work for? Like, I want to know. So if you ask me a question, the first thing I do is I go look at your profile to see what state you're in. The second thing I do is I look to see who you work for. First of all, if it comes up like Baird and Warner is typically Illinois, I think they are now in Florida. So if it's a company that I know is in Illinois, it's easy for me. But if you don't tell me if I'm looking you up, I need to know what state and who you work for. If you don't tell me, I don't know how to help you. So then we have to have dialogue. The third thing you need to, so number one, update your profile. Number two, if you ask me a question, I need to know who you work for and what state you're in. And number three, you need this updated. You need this updated for the consumer. You would be amazed at how many agents are not getting hired because nobody knows who you work for, or nobody knows what state you're in or what city. So I'm in Illinois. I probably should update this. I don't even know if I can. Let's go see if I can. Illinois. Let's see if I have more. I have 15 characters. So I'm going to say suburban. Let's see if that works. Suburban Illinois. Yeah, we'll go with that. Even though I probably could say western suburbs, we'll go with that. Suburbs of Illinois. Done. Oh, it doesn't like that. Maybe that's why. Oh, am I over? Oh, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna discard the changes because I can't make the change, and I'm just gonna click done. I think you get the point. And let me give you a tip. So I'm gonna go back out of here. This I created in Evernote or in my notes on my mobile device, so I can always go back and copy, cut, and paste. If you type it here, it's gonna look more like a bio. So I often use another tool. It could be in a text message, it could be somewhere, so I could add the emojis. So please, 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 I beg you, take a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and edit your profile. If you are the broker owner, tell us. If you're in Illinois, and you're the designated managing broker, you have to tell us. There you go. Please make that update. Now I'll come back and do another video on your profile, but here are the basics. When you are on your profile, you can see how many posts you've made. This is a part of like my January updates as I go in and I will archive some of my posts because they're outdated, or I was like, maybe I just shouldn't have posted it. Like sometimes I go back and I'm like, oh, what was I thinking? Or if you send me a direct message and you're like, Carrie, what were you thinking? You make me think. Like, I am never offended. How many followers I have and who I'm following. So there you go. This is how you can see that. So make sure you make this update. You can see that I have a broadcast channel. So I only have like Coffee with Carrie Tips, I got 7. Got 7 of you. When you continue to scroll down, you can see that my updates say, these are my updates, not your updates. I have reached 9,600 accounts reached in the last 30 days. So clearly going live every single day in December made a difference. When you continue to scroll down, you can see that I can edit my profile. I can share my profile. I have subscriptions. And then this little arrow to the right are you can contact or I can discover people. You can also see this is a part of my updates in 2024. If you're watching this, I need to update this because even when you get to agents, I got agents that are no longer with my company, or maybe that's under the Caremark one. So there you are. Down at the bottom, you have this grid. This is my profile grid. There are days when I'm like, oh, I think I need to get back to my brand colors. And even though this one for Christmas, I like it, I'm going to click it. I do like this. However, it will probably eventually get archived or hidden from my profile, something like that. You can see that I have subscriptions. So this is the content that I've added to my subscriptions. So people that subscribed, these are all of my reels. And then over here to the right, this is when someone has tagged me or I'm tagged in a post. So it's just good to kind of know how your profile works. Now, before I hop out of this and we end the 10-minute mastery, in the top right-hand corner, you should know that this plus sign gives you some of the same options as down here at the bottom. Is when I click the plus sign, I also have the ability to create a reel, create a post, a story highlight. I can go live, made just for me. Now this I need to come back to, and I can create a fundraiser or I have a channel. What I noticed that has gone away were my guides. So I don't have guides anymore. It's gone. If you were like, I had a guide, it's gone. It's gone, it's gone, it's gone. And then just so you know today, and this will be a part of probably part 2, those 3 lines in the top right-hand corner are your settings, your threads. If you have not created your threads account, it is Instagram's version of Twitter X. Go create your threads account. You will automatically follow me if you are already following me on Instagram. You can now schedule content on Instagram. And then you can see your activity, your archives, your insights, your QR code, if you have one. We're trying to figure out why some of you don't have one, like my dog doesn't have a QR code. And then I like to save content that I like, and then I might go back and recreate a Carrie version. You've got supervision, you've got carts, orders and payments, close friends, favorites, and you could discover people. So I'll come back and do a deeper dive on this, but I just wanted to give you the basics of Instagram. And I will give you one more tip. When you decide to create content and you click this plus sign down here at the bottom, when you click this plus sign, you can, and I'll go with, let's go find some of my content. Let's see. Let's go to all of my albums. Let's go to something. I'm sure I've got something. Oh, we'll go with the twins. Let's do the twins. You like this? Right. So you can create just one post, and that's the image. If you have an image that is, let's see, do I have anything that's too long? These are all squares. Of course, these are all squares. Let's see if I can find something else. So plus sign, let's go to my recents. Let's see if I can find something. Here we go. So do you see this post is in horizontal view? It's not a square. Before you post, know what you want your profile to look like. So if you were to click these little double arrows in the bottom left-hand corner, so when I say know what you want your profile to look like, do you want it to be a square or do you want it to be a horizontal view? Because some of you stress me out. And I'm not going to tell you, although I want to, really do. If you click these double arrows, you make the post a square as opposed to it being horizontal, because I'm just going to tell you, Benny's would get cut off and this do not enter would get cut off. So take a moment and know what you're posting. Now I'm going to go back to, let's go find the twins again. And let's say you want to create a carousel. You can choose this icon, and then you can actually create a slideshow with 10 images. And now when I choose next, top right-hand corner, I will have a slideshow of images. So if you didn't know you could have more than one image, let me just give you some strategy. If you have a new listing, you can create the first image as maybe like about the property. And then the second through the ninth image could be like the interior photos or the exterior photos. And then the 10th image might be a way for people to connect with you. Instagram does this. If you create a post with one image, you get one image. But if you create a post with two images, Instagram will choose which images someone gets to see to do almost like an A/B test to find out what makes people click. So consider when you make a post to always add two images to see if you get more engagement, to maybe you increase your followers, maybe you get more views. So consider two images. And again, if you have a listing, consider more than one image because you can showcase the property better and your sellers will like you. You can also add music up here at the top if you didn't know. There it is. And then when I choose next, of course, I can write a caption. I can say something. And if you say something, and you click OK, you can go back, top left-hand corner. And I'll come back and talk about this again. And I can save this as a draft. And now, if I wanted to go create all of my drafts on a Saturday or a Sunday or a Monday, almost need that, right? Costco hot finds, almost need that. When I click the plus sign and I click on drafts, I have a draft. I have many drafts. So there you go. That's the basics of Instagram. My recommendation is consider going to Instagram and making a comment on your network's feeds. Write a sentence. Don't just heart it. Write a comment and share your content to your stories. So next time we'll come back. We'll talk more about the profile. We'll talk more about stories. We'll come back and talk more about reels. We'll come back and talk more about posts. What do you want to learn? Let me know in the feed. Thanks for watching.